Throughout my flight training and just getting my private pilot's license in general, there have been quite a bit of scary moments in the sky, and there's one thing that I've always been told, and there's two ways that you learn something, either through experience or through education, and sometimes you don't learn everything through education. Basically, it's called learning it the hard way or the easy way. The easy way is going to be education, the hard way is going to be experience. I like learning everything through experience because it shows me what I have to go through and if I really want to go through it again. That's also kind of why, like, there's some ex-girlfriends I will never ever go back to, but that's a topic for a different video. So today we're going to be talking about my scariest moments in the sky, what I learned from them, and how I would pursue them better in the future. We're going from kind of an order as well, so from when I was a student to the most recent one. My name's Captain Ethan. It's a beautiful day to fly planes, and welcome to another one of my story times. If you guys like this new series, make sure you guys go hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and hit that bell notification, because I want to make a ton of these. I got a lot of them. So let's go ahead and start when I was little itty bitty student pilot. This was during a private pilot stage check at my school. I was a Part 61 student. I've always been a Part 61 student, but they made us do Part 141 bullshit, like the stage checks, the EOCs, which that's also kind of why I switched schools as well. But primarily, well, not really primarily why I switched schools, but primarily this is kind of what happened one night when I was doing one of my stage checks. And I say night because apparently I chose to do a stage check at night, which wasn't really the smartest idea. Maybe not, but I wanted more night hours anyway, and it kind of counted as cross-country time as well. So that's kind of why I did a stage check at night. Plus night flying is a lot of fun. If you guys have never flown at night before, I recommend you guys do it. I actually need to start doing more night flights anyways as a private pilot. But we take up a Cessna 172, and we go ahead and try doing a stage check. So we get in the plane, taxi to runway 34, and we do the run up. Everything's feeling good, and then I'm on the takeoff roll. So it's a 172, rotate about 55, keep it in ground effect, and then pull it out, climb out at 76, which is VY in the 172. Climbing it above like 600, climbing 1,000 on a 020 heading because of a noise abatement procedure. And I kind of start to notice something. So you kind of, when you fly the same plane a lot, you kind of notice like different feelings with the plane, and there's like this weird vibration going on. And this is at night. I didn't really have a lot of night experience anyways, and I was preparing to go do my solo cross country, so I kind of needed to get the stage check done. I never really got the stage check done that night anyways, but I kind of did learn something from that night as well. So the engine was running rough, and in my mind, I'm like, do I want to continue the flight? So we kind of figured out everything. We tried leaning out the mixture to see if it was a spark plug, but usually the safest option when you're close to an airport is to go back and land and do it another day. So that's what we did. We come back to land at Clearwater, and it's kind of where things kind of start happening. So we do a left 180 to rejoin the left down one for 3-4. We're at like about 1,500 feet, so now we're descending. I wanted to keep the altitude a little bit higher just in case the engine quit. But here's the thing about Clearwater. They don't have a rotating beacon, and it is within a city where there's a ton of lights. So this airport is very difficult to find at night. We don't have runway lights, and the lights at the airport are kind of terrible. Like, you can't even see it. It's pilot controlled lighting, so we press it 7 times on the microphone, and we see the lights come in and land. I wasn't really that scared on it, but it was kind of scary, you know, when you're a student pilot and you have, you know, a rough running engine. Kind of makes you a little weary of flying. After that, I didn't even fly for like 3 months, but that's not because of my experience. That's just because of other reasons as well. Kind of the more scarier ones are when I got my private. So you guys have seen, a lot of you guys have seen the video that I made on why the door blew open in flight. which if you guys haven't already watched that, make sure you guys go watch that. I'll put the link up in the top, in the corner up here, or I'll probably like up here. I'm probably gonna zoom it in because it's so far zoomed out. But if you guys haven't watched that, make sure you guys go watch that. I'm not gonna go into the full details of it because there's already a video about it. But that also scared me. So if you guys haven't watched it, I'll give you guys the gist. So basically, me, my ex-girlfriend, and my best friend, we go over to Melbourne to go build some flight time. We just started our instrument time building as well. Basically, she didn't tell us that the door was not latched all the way, and it blew open on takeoff. It was kind of scary for me because it was technically a first real in-flight emergency, kind of. We didn't declare an emergency because it's not really a big deal to have a door blow open. But it really put us to the test using like Aviate, Navigate, Communicate, and basically just both aeronautical decision making and crew resource management. If you guys want to go learn about that story, the link's also in the description for sure. And that kind of put me and Hunter to the test, and kind of gave it. If that experience never happened, I don't think our crew resource management would be as good as it is today. If that experience didn't happen, because they always say 2 pilots for airlines and how they want to bring it down to 1, but sometimes you do need 2 pilots just to bounce ideas off of each other. Because I know if I was with a passenger and that happened, I don't really think it would be as better handled as it was. But yeah, that kind of scared me. So usually, same thing for like the first story. Another good thing about things happening right after takeoff is you still have a chance to go back to the airport and land. Now, if this happened at 5,500 feet, that would be a different story. We might have had to have diverted to get the door closed, and that could have been a whole big thing as well. The next really major story about a flight that really scared the crap out of me is, there's actually a video about this too, the 3 Bs, birds, Bravo, and brakes. So that flight, basically the brake failed and almost ran into a taxiway, almost busted the Orlando Bravo because my iPad died, and almost hit a bird over Lakeland. So in that, you can't really do anything about birds. It's just gonna happen. They're just gonna try to fly as close as possible to you. They definitely have macho attitude, I can tell you that. But also the brakes and the Bravo. So that's really like the 2 main learning ones. You can't really learn much from a bird strike per se, but well, I didn't get hit by the bird as well, so no damage done. But the Bravo, always have a backup to your iPad. So like have like your phone, or if you have the G3X, have like the sectional chart up, or have a paper chart, which personally I would recommend, but I'm not gonna go buy out a paper chart. That's just not me. I lose, like, if you guys look at my desk, there's shit everywhere. I'm gonna lose the damn sectional. The brakes, kind of a learning experience too. If you have the runway distance, use it. I mean, don't try to get off at the first taxiway. Just take your time, just figure something out. And then, what's another good story? There's 2 more. There's 2 more kind of like that. This was a time building flight at night. I don't think it was, no, it was not filmed. Actually, it kind of, my leg was filmed, but his leg wasn't. But we almost busted the Bravo as well, just because we were not paying attention. It was a kind of night, so, and plus we're just chilling, having fun as well. But really, the big other one was kind of recent, and this was a big learning experience. So if you guys primarily fly single engine land airplanes, they don't really go that fast. But I also fly the Diamond a lot, which on average the Diamond cruises about 120 knots, which is pretty fast, like way faster than the 90 knots in a 172. So when you're cruising at 120 knots and you have a true airspeed of 140 with a tailwind, you kind of get up into about the 160s range, which is the approach speed for most airliners, if not a little bit faster than the approach speed for most airliners. So we were going pretty fast in the Diamond, and the Bravo shelf on the southeast side of Tampa, when you're going 160 knots on the ground speed, those come in quick. So we made a right turn to fly parallel to the shelf of the Bravo, which is I-75, and then we cut in left going really fast. Like we should have slowed down, but that's also what happens when you're a new pilot, is you go through these experiences and you learn from them. So like personally, I would pull the power and descend faster when I have a higher ground speed. Also, there was a plane 12 o'clock 1 mile ahead, so we really had to cut that turn. We didn't even know that plane was there until literally until we got the traffic alert on the Sentry. Kind of a scary, actually it was a scary experience. Then I got a squawk code from the control tower, which he never gets out squawk codes. Like, that was my first time ever getting a squawk code, so I really thought I was getting violated right there. I think that's really about it. We gotta circle back to the first time that I flew passengers. Well, there's gonna be a whole nother video about this, but I also did do the wrong instruction, and tower told me to fly the right downwind for 1-8, and I accidentally flew the left downwind. It was very early in the morning, so yeah. That's really about it for scary experiences. I know I'm not really going much into depth about them. I have a headache for one. There's so much information that this would be like at least a 45-minute video. If you guys have had a scary experience happen to you, comment it down below. I'm kind of interested to hear what you guys have gone through. You're gonna go through experiences. That's how you learn. That's probably why that the FAA requires you to have 50 hours of PIC cross-country time before you get your instrument rating and your commercial, just because anything can happen and you kind of got to learn from it. But yeah, that's really about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys go hit that subscribe button down below and hit the bell notification so you guys are notified every time I upload, and we'll see you guys in another video.